Andre Daescu and Gabe Tardio are going to be playing each other tomorrow in mixed doubles, but today they're partnered up in men's doubles. Taking a look at Andre Daescu getting warmed up, one of the winningest players here on the APP Tour. And then he's partnered up with Gabe Tardio, 18 years old, based out of Jupiter, Florida. So excited to see these two playing together here in men's doubles. They are taking on two players relatively new to playing here on championship court, Zach Park and Jorge Nunez. Jorge, you see walking across the court there. Zach double checking the pickleballs. So excited for this matchup. Andre and Gabe playing together.
Yep. Yeah, Andre. Andre
yeah,
and
that's what I was
together,
gonna say. So Gabe and Andre, I want you to break down what you see from both their games, what you're excited about seeing them play together.
Well, Gabe and Andre are just consistent. They're going to keep the ball in play. They're not going to attack if they don't need to. They're going to kind of lull you to death, and we'll see how Nunez and Parks can handle that. Nunez and Parks coming out of the qualifier, and so moving on to the round of 16 where they took out Eden Lika and William Sobek in 3, 11-8 in game 3. So nice win for both Parks and Nunez.
Little flick there from Tardio, sails long.
Yeah, I got a little lucky there. The ball kind of held up in the wind there for Tardio, so he's hitting that fully extended tough roll, and tough to keep that one down, but don't expect him to miss too many more pop-ups. Okay, there you go. But that one was off the net.
Yeah, that's tough. It's like adjusting fastball to changeup.
Hard to do on the fly.
Nice spot right there from Nunez, right at the body of Andre Daescu. And if you're going to go anywhere on him, Chad, you and I have said that a bunch of times. Don't let him extend his arms. Tie him up on the inside. Center mass.
Around the post from Daescu, well defended by Nunez.
These are the fun matchups to see right now. Parks and Nunez, they have nothing to lose.
Nope.
Right? All of the pressure is on Tardio and Daescu. And Parks and Nunez are going out there. They're taking their chances right now with the speed-ups. They're playing fairly clean and consistent right now. So, keep with this intensity and put the pressure on Tardio and Daescu while you can.
Good reach by Daescu. Tardio there with the overhead winner.
Well, jams up Parks just enough to where he can't really do much with it. Great job there from Tardio and Daescu. Good patience.
Oh, get out. No way he got that.
Yeah, he did.
Daescu with a few leaping strides across the court to get it, but Parks
two strides. Yeah. Two 10-foot bounds right here.
Here it is.
1, 2.
And the slide.
Daescu, one of the taller players here on the APP Tour, standing well over 6 feet tall and wingspan that is constantly giving his opponent some headaches. His dad played for the Romanian national basketball team.
Oh, yeah, that's not coming back right there. The second overhead. First one from Tardio on the lob from Parks, but then Daescu with the finish.
Great speed up there. A lot of pace on that return from Tardio, and third goes long. Fourth goes long, excuse me.
I mean, this is a game plan for Parks and Nunez right now. Is they're literally going to try and wear Daescu down.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's moving back and forth and breaking down. Unfortunately, it's very hard to do with Daescu because he's so used to and he's so conditioned to cover so much court.
Oh, Nunez got to pull the trigger right there. That ball's up at his waist. On his forehand, got to pull that trigger and go right at that body like Parks did earlier.
5-2-2 for Daescu serve.
A couple of errors creeping in now for Parks and Nunez. A good timeout right here. Not before Daescu and Tardio go on a 6-point run.
Parks and Nunez had a 2-0 lead to start this first game in our best 2 out of 3 to 11 to decide who moves on here in our men's pro doubles matchup at the APP Vlasic Classic Delray Beach. But then Tardio and Daescu, you talk about just their consistency and how they stay in the points and they lull and they lull and they lull and then they strike.
But it's like I'm sitting there saying, well, that's what Parks and Nunez are trying to wear Daescu down, but could it just be Daescu trying to wear both of them down at the same time, going, I'll stay in this with you all day, and that's his strength, though.
Yeah, we know he's not going to speed it up.
Right? He's not going to speed up a ball prematurely. He is going to wait for the right ball to speed up. He will stay in that dink with you, and I think that's what Nunez and Parks are trying to do is just say, hey, let's just try and wear him down, but it may be on the other foot right here is Daescu's just wearing them down.
One of the things that makes Daescu so dangerous is his consistency across partnerships, across divisions here in pickleball. He just has such great strategy, such pickleball wits, if you will, that very good game player in addition to his skill.
Nice reach in there from Tardio. Good adjustment from earlier on where he missed a couple of those floating balls.
Big overhead from Daescu and right in the point of contention. So it'll be a side out. 6-2-1 for Tardio serve. And again, Daescu with the pop-up. Puts it back at the feet of Nunez with some authority. 7-2-1. That time, Parks catching Daescu in transition. Slides it under.
Oh gosh.
My goodness. Daescu all over the place on that point and then finishes it off strong with the forehand. Take another look at this.
He comes back, right?
I'm pretty sure that ball was going out too, but he's coming back in the court. Ball going across the body. Parks not able to get out of the way of it.
Good readiness there from Tardio. Gets his paddle up.
Well, you're trying to test him, but again, Tardio's hands lightning quick. And his paddle's out in front ready for that speed up.
pop up there from Daescu.
That was rare from Daescu right there. Fully extended. Didn't get anything on it, but yeah, like you just said, that's a 9-2 speed up. Try to just flick something. Oh, this time he adds a second hand. Now,
go ahead, say typically, it. You know exactly what we're going to say.
Typically, that's his tell, right? As soon as he adds the second hand, he's going to speed it up. However, you still have to try and get a paddle on it.
Yeah.
And again.
See, what he does, though, well with it, even though he puts second hand on it, right, you don't know if he's going line, body, or middle, or he can roll it cross-court, too. But typically he won't roll that. It's typically going to be a speed-up of one of 3 spots. But ask him if he cares that you know that it's coming. He does
say it's one thing to know it's coming. It's another thing to stop it.
He does not.
But again, too, and we always talk about it with a speed up being a 1-2 punch. Daescu's not doing that to hit the winner. He's doing it to set up the next ball. So it doesn't matter if his opponents know it's coming.
So 1 game point defended there from Parks and Nunez. Second serve, though, here. Tardio with another opportunity. And they get it done. Andre Daescu, Gabe Tardio, just clinical in that first game to take the 11-2 victory over Parks and Nunez. Game 2 when we come back to Delray Beach.
Damn.
Right.
No, since I've been using Leo Rubber, I've had way less problem on my AT band and hips. It has been really a game changer for me, so I highly recommend it to everyone.
That's what makes it so different. The whole idea about balanced compression, it improves your blood flow, reduces your fatigue. At the end of the day, you feel so much better.
I feel comfortable, I feel supported, I feel like I can train harder, train longer, recover faster, and feel supported while I'm playing. And that's so crucial for me, especially in singles when I'm trying to play against the youngest. I'm not the youngest out there, but I try and play against the youngest.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the 3rd health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's best eggs. They're just so delicious. With better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best.
Game 1 went the way of Gabe Tardio and Andre Daescu. Zach Park, Jorge Nunez. Gonna have to figure something out here in Game 2 if they want to push us to a Game 3. Zach Parks and Jorge Nunez at the bottom of your screen there. It's gonna be Gabe Tardio with the serve.
Oh, heads up. Well, Chad, you called it during the break. That was an 11-0 run for Daescu and Tardio after going down 2-0. I think they figured it out.
Yeah, the intensity shifted just a little bit.
That's right there what I want to see Nunez do a little more of. Reach in with that big lefty forehand. He's tall, long, he's got some length. Reach in with that and try to put some pressure.
Great resets there by Parks and Nunez, but Tardio just too consistent with the overhead.
Well, he did right there, like you asked him, but just hit the wrong spot.
Right. Oh, Parks was sitting on the speed up from Tardio. He knew it was coming. He knew he had one spot he needed to defend. It was down the line, but he couldn't put the counter away.
I think Nunez looked up to see where Daescu was right there. Daescu started to charge.
That ball, a little wide. So it's a 3-0 lead. Tardio and Daescu. Good leave there.
I don't mind the hands battle there for Nunez, but he just got too big on the last one. If he keeps that paddle out in front and just punches that ball back and gets it down towards the shins of Daescu, he's going to come out on top of that. But again, got too big with that forehand, and now it's timeout here from Nunez and Parks.
They trail by 4 here in this second game. Best 2 out of 3 to 11 with Tardio and Daescu taking first game 11-2. Got to figure out some strategic changes here. So, Dom, you talked a little bit about what you wanted to see wasn't the right place, though, from that last exchange. So where do you want them to place the ball against Tardio and Daescu?
Well, if Nunez is going to speed up, Parks did it once earlier where it was right at the body of Daescu and jammed him up. That's where you got to go. Chad and I always hit on center mass, right? Nothing personal, just business here. We're here to win money, and this is a living for these players. If you hit someone right in the chest, hey, sorry about it, but that's my point.
I mean, I've got one strategy. Just go and tie Andre Daescu's shoelaces together.
And something.
You know. Again, the movement. So it's just the movement from Daescu that is creating a little bit of pressure for Nunez. He's trying to look up and find where Daescu is right as he's making contact.
Nice little flick there by Parks.
Tardio swung and missed, and Daescu still almost got it.
I think it might have went over if Tardio wasn't in the way. Hit Tardio in the left shoulder.
Well, that's 17 straight points for Daescu and Tardio.
Oh, great
that's pretty.
Shake and bake there from Daescu and Tardio. Tardio read it so well in the middle. Look at that body position. Splits the center service line with his feet. Nowhere for Nunez and Parks to go.
Sold it with the body. Again, the movement of Daescu, and then the coverage there from Tardio, selling it with the body like he's going to roll it back cross court, just pushes it through the middle.
That time, well-placed ball by Nunez.
That was
Just
pretty.
behind Tardio.
Yeah, Daescu's drive just set up a little too high right here.
They're just pulling the trigger right now going, hey, we're going to pressure you. Can you stop it?
Oh, throwing it it up in the wind.
Oh, change of strategy there.
I'd rather have Nunez as that lob came back. Daescu didn't get much on it, and he was back in the transition. Rip it. Rip that forehand right back at him.
Good adjustment. Now we're back to a little bit of pace.
All right,
I'm surprised Daescu didn't go with a second forehand there. He gave it up to Tardio as he was moving back into the court.
Nunez in the right spot, but just misses that. Can't get the shape on it he wanted, so.
Well, defense makes you do a little too much. And that's exactly what that was. Didn't want the ball to come back at all.
Wow. Great. Daescu trying to get back. I think if he leaves that for Tardio, Tardio was there because Nunez went back to the same spot. Nunez needed to go cross-court with that.
0-9-1 for Nunez serve.
Ooh. Parks had him right there. Just let that ball get too close to the body.
Daescu flips it just a little bit long.
They stopped the run.
Hey,
they stopped the 20-0 run.
They stopped the 20-0 run.
There we go. On the board.
And another one. Ooh. There's the spot right there. I think Daescu tried to headbutt that one back. But again, like you were talking about, Dom, hitting into the movement and hitting into the center mass. Daescu, we already talked about how big his reach is. It's difficult for him to get jammed up. So, all right.
Little run here now by Parks and Nunez. 3-9-2 for Parks serve.
Oh. So it's a replay because as that ball clipped and hit the tape and rolled over, it came down and hit the bar. And so that is a replay by rule. Melody Woodsum, our lead referee here on Championship Court. Oh, that's so dirty.
Filthy change of pace.
You see a very big 6'4" guy coming at you with a huge forehand. You're trying to back up as far as you can, and then he just gently drops that over.
Good placement there, though. Nunez going. Another look here. Excuse me, Parks going cross court.
Yeah, good step over there from Parks. Protects Nunez as he's coming forward.
So certainly a long way to go for Nunez and Parks, but 3 in a row. And the scoreless side out.
That ball looked like it was wide. Yeah.
That was a
May
great
get a challenge. We're going to get a challenge? Maybe.
I mean, why not? Right
why
now,
not?
you get a free timeout. I mean, use these.
Yeah, they'll challenge it.
So they're gonna challenge it here in game number 2.
Anything can happen.
It befuddles us that they debate challenge it.
Are
Like,
you befuddled and bewildered by the fact that they are not using a challenge?
Yes, 100%. Because
I am bemused by this conversation.
If you think for a second that it is possibly in and they called it out, or vice versa, use it.
Yep.
That's what it's here for.
So let's break down.
I'm pretty sure that one's out. I was wrong yesterday, though.
It is one of the newer rules here on the APP Tour. So an opportunity for Daescu and Tardio to challenge this ball because the call ended the point. So you can only challenge if the call ended the point.
The review has
and
come
you
back.
have
The ball was out. The point stands. We resume play at 4-9-1.
That was quick.
What? It was quick
Receiving
right
team.
there.
That's great work by our referee crew. And on the
Isabel,
call,
Isabel Gauthier, our video referee.
So you heard our head referee tell Tardio and Daescu they have 2 remaining challenges. What that actually means, they have unlimited challenges, but because they lost this one.
They have 2 wrong challenges
they have 2
remaining.
wrong challenges remaining until you get assessed a technical warning. Then it escalates from there.
Ooh, escalates.
We got the thesaurus and the dictionary out in the booth right now between these 2.
Daescu unleashing all the frustration from these 5 points that he and Tardio have allowed in this second game, and those big overheads.
Well, good spot. He had both Nunez and Park splitting to the sideline. He went right down the middle.
Goodness, Daescu with some impressive resets, but Parks and Nunez finding a rhythm.
Why are we surprised? Why do we keep getting
I don't
surprised?
know. That one almost hit him in the face,
I
and he
know.
picks it off of his shoelaces.
Why do we get surprised at the gets that this man gets back? Because he does it every single day.
Good
One
duck.
Missing long.
Tardio didn't even pick the paddle up right there.
That's a nice run here from Nunez and Parks. This is a game here now. Yeah, that's a pressure dink right there from Nunez. He pushed that really hard to the middle. And Daescu had to choose whether to take that out of the air or back up. He decides to take it out of the air, but comes up a little short.
Oh, the ATP from Parks just can't put the shape on it.
Didn't get outside that one. Difficult to shape when you're hitting from behind the ball. You see it right here. Doesn't get the paddle to the outside of the ball.
So despite the run, it's match point opportunity here for Tardio and Daescu. And that's how they put it away. Daescu, Tardio, weather a little bit of a storm here from Parks and Nunez in game 2 to take it 11-6. They're moving on in our men's pro doubles here in Delray Beach. We'll hear from the duo when we come back.
Years from tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped, suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Less is more, unless it's less beer.
Cat tire.
And it's Andre Daescu and Jay Tardio moving on to the quarterfinals, capped off by a 20-0 run, spanning from game 1, game 2. Just too much pressure, too much control, and the big man doing his thing in the middle. We're going to throw it down to Dominic Catalano, who's courtside with our Franklin post-match interview.
All right, Gabe, I'll start with you. You guys go down 2-0 in game 1. Then you go on an 11-0 run. What was the difference that put you guys over the top in game 1?
Yeah, I mean, I think we had a rough start, but then we were like really disciplined, and yeah, I mean, we find like a strategy that like we would go like Andre dink all day to the back, and we would attack middle because they were getting confused in the middle with the lefty. So yeah, that was the strategy. But yeah, no, a little more disciplined and being aggressive at the same time.
All right, and Andre, it looked like they were going to you a lot. How do you stay in that and stay focused knowing you're going to see a steady diet cross court there?
It's actually good. You know, it's the first match of the day, so it's good to build some rhythm. I like when I'm targeted there. I thought I did a really good job until about 9-0 in the second game, and then yeah, went off a little bit. But like I said, I mean, I enjoy having to hit a lot of balls. I like the rhythm, so it was good for me for sure.
All right, well, congratulations, boys. Moving on to the quarterfinals. We'll take a break here. We'll have our first semifinal women's pro doubles on championship court at the APP Vlasic Classic in Delray Beach.